Sorry about that, guys. I had to disconnect my stream because I had lost connection for just a tiny split little second, and it wasn't working. And I'm hoping I have sound again, because I don't know why this stupid little fucking bug keeps happening. So give me a second. I want to make sure that I have sound. Okay, good. I have sound. I'm not as pissed off as I could be. That's great. Let's go look what's in this box. Oh, there's money. There's this. Above tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. What's this? The door is locked. You can't get in. Chairs need someone lives back here. Okay. Is there no other way to get back there, or... Let's see, okay. This way. She was looking at the other end of the hallway, so...
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
Knock.
No reply.
Okay, so I need to get better...
This door has been closed with a padlock.
interfacing.
A chalk-drawn number on the board says...
You've already been in there. Let's go this way. Oh, I'm here. Breaker boxes full of cigarette butts and electrical wires. What's this? Ooh, money. Take that, thank you. Curtains shift, but just a little. Someone is watching from within. It's over here. Just a door, nothing for you here right now. Go this way. Stones growing, rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Cute! Cactuses are so friggin' cute. What's this?
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Okay.
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Knock.
No one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back tomorrow evening, after 2100.
Okay. Door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. Okay. This door to apartment number 30. Voices from within singing along with some buoyant dance track. Okay. Let me get over here. Oh yeah, no, this is the factory. That's a factory, okay. I'll go over here? I can't. Okay. Go back down. Leave this way, because the other door I need to get into is in that direction. Okay, save real quick.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Okay, press your ear against the door.
The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside.
Okay, interesting.
In
Continue.
fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Use just carefully knock.
You
I want
knock
to check.
silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
Use the key, I
You
guess.
try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt.
Okay.
Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Well, buddy, you opened it. No need to go inside. It would be rude.
Okay.
There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
Let's go in. As far as I know, I don't see anything as we get. What's this? Smell disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Move on from the mugs. Leave the mugs alone for now. Book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. You almost feel the warmth of the red sun and the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Bow down before the
The
flag.
flag accepts your honorable salute with quiet dignity.
Okay. Something here. Magnesium, I'll take it. Thank you. Suitcase full of clothes. Guess they're staying over. Dress shirt, I'll take that. Whoever lies here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Not lies, lives here, okay. Okay, nothing else to do, I guess. I could have tapped the mugs, but that would probably mean I break something by accident, and I didn't want to do that, so... Let's go. All the way down here. I'm gonna sell this, what's it called? This bottle at the treat store. And I'll get rid of some of this stuff in my inventory.
The tear machine steps. Your
Insert the
bottles
bottle.
clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yay!
Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol.
No, we're good. This can go away. Large crimson bottle of cheap sugary wine made of poverty sugar, artificial taste enhancers, and a vague memory of grapes. Graduated to color, guaranteed to color your lips. These flip-up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have since lost their popularity. Their thin gold alloy wire frames are a reminder of drug-addled bohemian artists. These days, the glasses are only favored by organized crime accountants who desire to look cool. I don't have my facing gloves on, so there's that. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long-extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. Dressed in spotless gleaming white shirt, the kind that serious men wear at serious and intersolary offices, not yet piss-soaked or cum-stained. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric you can't but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own big rear side into a more shapely form as well. Electrochemistry. Get the hat. Drama. Sexualization. Electrochemistry. Reaction speed. Okay, that's good for now. Let's head over to that pawn shop real quick. All the way down this road. Right here. Hey, man.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
You know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
You didn't hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
Vortex sounds fascinating. Does that mean you don't have any idea who the driver was?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
You might be able to aid my investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Yeah, I get that.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do you have any recordings of the Col de Mama d'Aqua?
The Col de Mamadaqua? Sorry,
Yes.
I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
Been really into all kinds of art lately, experimental things. You know, I've been thinking of quitting Elysium and becoming a cryptozoologist. I have hobbies just like all normal people, because I'm a normal person. Well, I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the Col de Mama d'Aqua is. I have hobbies just like all normal people because I'm a normal person.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply otherwise. Well, it's been a while since I've gone hunting for the Koldimamadakwa myself.
Cool.
Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead.
Okay.
This was before, you know, lost touch with them after all of that.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Koldimamadakwa. And he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
And did you find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Koldimamadakwa.
Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Switches on the tape player, the speaker begins to emanate a low hum.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult.
Ooh.
Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He
Okay.
nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums.
Okay.
Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Seagulls?
And skewers, but shh.
He raises a pointer finger and inclines his head towards the speaker, a new high-pitched, shivering sound.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Koldimamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
Yeah, I'd say so, man. I think that's very fascinating. Wanted to ask about my missing gun again.
Sure thing.
Have people from the Union come to track my gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
I
People
bet they
as
do.
oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Wait, I sold you my gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Okay.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Thanks for the review. Let's talk about something else.
Sure, man.
Here to share your whatever with
You
me.
said you done it before, yeah?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's worried for you.
I think I've tried it once and liked it. I haven't, but don't worry, I can take it.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Actually, I changed my mind. I don't need any for now.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
I've got something
Sure.
to sell.
Let me have a look.
Check's pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'm keeping this, keeping this, keeping this. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass. On that. Okay, that's it for now. Don't have anything else to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Yeah, bye, man. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the Whirling in Rags, and we're gonna try... And, actually, no, we're not gonna try. We're gonna buy some health stuff, because I don't want to die. Thank you very much. Hello, freak girl.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Does Freak have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with
She
here.
looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Okay. Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
Yes, tell me about the economic reality.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
What about the physical reality then?
I don't know. What about it?
Where are we?
We're in Frit
I meant, where are we on a larger
as
scale?
mankind, or as a nation, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
As a nation.
We're in
Damn, girl.
we're in a transition. You know, transitioning from monarchy to democracy, all that stuff.
What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
It is the revolution.
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about the one we had here in Rivishall?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
The coalition, what's that? Someone told me there is one.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Sure you do. Won't bother you with this nonsense anymore. Bye. Okay,
You
what do you
see
got?
several packaged raincoats. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Don't need that.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They
Free
all bear the
morale.
Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay.
Okay, here.
One,
I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
2,
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
and leave. And it's snowing, huh? Okay, let's go in here. I can't wait till Kim comes back. I miss him. I see you're still a bitch. Okay, let's see. Well, here goes nothing.
This is where you say your bit.
Broad shoulder man points at you with beer can. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
Chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Perhaps. The guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
First, we need to talk about your attitude.
You hear that, boys? Looks like the RCM sent us a big dick cop.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
He impersonates you. The crowd laughs
You
again.
might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Kind of figured, but you didn't help, now did you, hon?
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the
Starting
room.
from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
Okay.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain.
Okay.
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
So we got them.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Yes, there is. One of them is missing, the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 sets of footprint. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
Oh, really?
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Oh!
This person Glenn wants to hire. He really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it.
Oh, it has to be very good if you won't let me pursue it.
Sorry, boss.
Man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Evidence. Show them you have it. It doesn't have to be conclusive.
I've spoken to the dead man in a bizarre occult vision. Why, there's a container belt. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Why are you blueprints all over the scene?
You mean these boots?
He raises his worker boot. Size 46, steel reinforced toe.
We
Yes.
all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Well, yes, I know that.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us.
Ah,
Until
so
he
you
was
just confessed the
dead.
murder?
That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Uh-huh.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Yes, it is. You murdered him just like that, no remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Okay.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
And Reunion, what's
The
that?
River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
What I do is different. I enforce the law, you just kill people like it's nothing.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
I don't think that's how that works, hon.
This isn't something he came up with on the spot. It's his standard reasoning, a product of many years of being Titus Hardy.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them was more complicit than others.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest. Which we all know you won't be. What
really?
you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
But they don't want you back at the station, do they?
When did this hanging incident occur? You know what, we're gonna do this
Are
again.
you deaf? Do you think...
A trick question. Don't.
No, but
let her
seriously, who
lead the
calls the shots
conversation.
around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than
He falls silent.
Titus
Titus
runs the Hardy Boys, genius.
Wow,
That's why
he
we're
almost said
called the Hardy
something.
Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
No, I don't think they did. When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the
Known
victim?
him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah. Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came
Brother.
around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce, the negotiator for Wild Pines?
No, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rips the chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
You know how they killed him, so why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
Broke lamp shut like a vice. What kind of
The
mercenary?
kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces? Right, but what did he actually do wrong? Hold on. How do you even know he was in Special Forces? Right, what did he actually do wrong?
He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Wipe spittle from his mouth.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Exactly.
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
The rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
You grab someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here.
There is.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Why don't I just arrest you, step closer to Titus? How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The autopsy revealed the victim's hands were not tied, no signs of struggle. How do you explain that?
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
Okay.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this action take
Right
place?
fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Okay, let's do this.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
Just tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
He's cracking under the pressure. This one, he's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey, you, turn to the big guy. You have trouble breathing over there? Having trouble breathing over there?
No.
He looks up startled. His forehead's shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
There's something you're not telling me.
And fuck you, too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Might have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
So what are we going to do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. You should go back to Jamrock, to your station, where you belong.
Yes. Run home, lonely rent-a-cop. Real law officials are done with you. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equal.
Okay, I'm gonna take off for now. I have 30, and I can't do that right now, so... Tools. -2 authority, okay. Clothing. There's... Project. Nothing for authority, sadly. I want... Facing perception. Authority. Either do authority or I could do interfacing. Or I can do physical instrument. Let's level up the interfacing. Okay. I have all this shit I gotta do. Smoke around the balcony. Water lock on Wednesday. 30 potatoes. Okay. We're done for now. Let's go see if I can break into that one part of the apartment building. Go back to Fitz Bay.
You hear someone walking.
Again.
This door has been closed.
Tools. Cutters.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Okay, let's go.
A chalk drawn number. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
Interfacing. Do I have anything for interfacing other than that? Okay, I don't. Hold on, there's something right here I missed. No, no, take the money. Don't talk to this person. Okay, let's go upstairs. This way. take all that. Okay, I got more money. That's a good thing. Back down. Let's go this way. Okay, and let's go in here. Okay, so we need this and clothing. Physical instrument. No chemistry shoes. Okay.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. It's all gone now. You'll never become... Only the black cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the red one, something close to you, dies with a soft electric... This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Okay, so...
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
Which one did I pull? Look in the black one.
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Leave. Okay, so I couldn't do that. Let's get this for now. And I guess it's time to head to bed. A lot of people. Up the stairs.
The door is closed.
Okay, so I guess I need more to do that. Put in. Head to bed.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting.
Damn, can't rest yet. Okay, Let's head out town. Pause for a second, guys. leave. Okay, I need to figure out what I can do. What can I do? Let's go talk to this guy. I haven't really talked to him.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek.
Hello,
Please.
sir.
It's
Got
not
time for a
funny.
few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Do you know what's behind that door? Points to the blue door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself.
Okay.
Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
You got some impressive pots
He
there.
smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Okay.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Better push
The
the door.
door does not budge.
Would it open if I had the pry bar in my hand?
You see a heavy steel door. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Okay.
It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
This is a side building. Okay. Side building, old. Old side building. What side building? This side building? I mean, it couldn't be this one because I've been in here. So what other side building is there? This? It has to be this one. The one in between Freak and this, so... Let's pet up. Hi, Measurehead. How you been? How's the bump on your head, huh? Go back over here. What's been in there?
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall.
Leave. Yeah, we're over this way now. The composite eye of halogen lights watches you, emanating a low buzz. Hold on. Oh no, I can't do anything with that, can I? Okay, this required rhetoric, right? Conceptualization, chemistry, logic, reaction speed, logic. Okay.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Let's try it and hope for the best.
And as it's
Check
always
failure,
been,
yep.
it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Okay, we're gonna leave then. I can't do anything with that either, which is disappointing. I hope Ken comes back soon. I miss him. Okay, let's leave. Go down.
Hola,
Hi,
Wandering
man.
Man. How can I help you?
Do you know anything about the Hardy
Los
Boys?
Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility.
Okay.
They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Takes a swig from his flask. I don't think they're just like me, but okay. Shouldn't tell him I went in. Nobody else here to talk to.
Right
Hey,
to
dude.
work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Okay, can't talk to you. Something else to talk to you about.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, the windows are clear. They've been recently washed.
What kind
The
of
driver
insignia?
has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. A large
Okay.
metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crowned with wavy rays. It
Okay.
is the seal of Royalist era Revachol.
But the
The
back
back
seat.
end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and a book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large muscular man.
Okay, keep that. Okay, there's the old lady again. And go over this way.
Make way for the master poet.
Empathy. What do you see in his eyes? Got any smokes
Nope.
on you?
Don't smoke.
Yes, towards the lorry.
Some of
Behind
the other
him.
drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
Interesting. Guess I'll ask
You
around
could also
then.
check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird.
Oh, man, I agree with that. Thanks. Bye. Talk to this bastard again.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Got a smoke?
No.
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag of a cigarette. Yeah, why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Interesting.
There's Yorin. Take his side in this particular fight.
I think you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez. Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then, damn, it didn't work. You should have signaled you're a nationalist before.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then why are you still hanging around here? Most other... have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Okay. I did see one lorry with the trailer open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it.
Oh, lovely.
Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
True, if you all were at the Whirling, how do you know it was Kips who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
It's not even who's running drugs through Terminal B. We're done for now. Kips. Could it have been those kids? Those little asshole kids? There's someone up there and I have no idea how to get up there.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we've all moved past that by now, Kuno.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, I've been in your room. But you and
Hey,
Kuno
creepy
are
little
good for
fucker.
now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means every word. Needs to be taken seriously.
Okay, let's.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about that? What was with Pighead? With a tube of...
It's a vitamin pig? Don't you know anything?
See, like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was.
You could use some.
I don't need any. Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, and you look like you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
You eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
Uh-huh. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Demo tape like some kind of musician?
Yeah. Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer.
Good
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Bye, Kuno. Electrochemistry, that's what I need. Trauma, conceptualization. Electrochemistry. Electrochemistry. Action. I guess that's good for now. Let's try this again.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something, soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
It's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar.
Okay.
By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
Interesting. A gleaming chewing gum wrapper found in the pocket of the jeans. It gives off an ever so faint scent of apricots. Your mouth starts watering.
There it is again.
Interact.
The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of
The
summer.
sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where'd it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
I don't know, 'cause I can. Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever
Interesting.
petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper, or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive.
Okay.
Feels so familiar.
Put the wrapper away. Cool. Kuno.
Does Kuno care?
Talk about
Fuck do you
Shaq.
want with it? It's a vitamin.
You could use some.
Magnesium,
yeah,
right?
It's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day.
Okay.
Don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna.
You're not getting this, pig.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Good
Damn.
call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
About the crime scene you kids often play in this yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
The man's clothes were in the train container. Trash container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
Right, about something else then.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, dumpster diver.
Ladder, ever climb it? Point to ladder on the tree.
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
You both are idiots, aren't you? What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Hold on, the gardener used to work there.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
The gardener, she's actually not a gardener. Turns out she's
The
a
fuck
union
does this
fixer.
have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is.
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding, right? Telling him you found out she isn't a gardener. You know what you should do if you want to get rewarded? Drugs. Drugs are more rewarding than work. Or alcohol, if you don't want to do drugs. Alcohol is just as rewarding, but it isn't a drug. This has been going on for quite a while, hasn't it? You've been thinking about drugs and alcohol for a long time now. Juicy drugs. Tasty alcohol. Seems kind of boring now, going back to... What was this about? Some yard? Yards aren't interesting. Only drugs are interesting. Drugs and alcohol. You feel sad now, but what can you do? Life has to go on. With a heavy sigh, you say...
Might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Buddy, what do you know about it?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally
I don't
jerk
have
fucking
questions.
Idiot Mulkapa. Doesn't know any questions.
The lieutenant is sitting on the edge of his bed, 20 kilometers from here, and cleaning his boots. An archetypal policeman like him would definitely come up with some questions to ask right now. Unlike you, standing here alone, unable to gather your thoughts.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Well, bye, Kuno. Have a good day. So theoretically, I could go over there. Let's go over there and open that door and see what happens. This way. What, so I can't go in there? Damn. Let's talk to this little bastard.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot. Fucking coward. Waved a gun like a clown. Next time you point that shit at me, you better take the shot.
Her knuckles have turned white, holding on to that fence. She's been here for days, seething.
I can tell. Okay, let's go up here. Let's look outside. Let's try to sleep.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Fine, so I can't sleep. Let's go to the bookstore, see what she has. Let's go in. Okay, stairs.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Should get stuff that does stuff for interface. Action speed. That'll be it for now. Okay.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of the north coast of a vert to the east, rolling Hudon. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
Okay, look at
This large map displays ozone disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
When first can you see cities on the islands?
On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
Interesting. This.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective, Dick Mullen.
Reaction speed. Plus reaction. Okay. Okay.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels, crime fiction. These books, what's not a single mention of all the you see. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house.
Dick
The
Mullins
owner
dies.
turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Okay, let's stop now.
Shelves filled to the brim with
Oh, crime,
fiction.
robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
Okay.
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
I bet they do. Down.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Do any of these books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
What is that?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him.
Okay.
Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hjelmdal and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hjelmdal novels.
Buy this.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
Okay, leave. Okay, let's head back to our room. Let's head in. And let's read. The frontispiece of this old paperback features a muscular man in chains leaning for a salacious-looking woman on a regal seat. A bonfire lies between the throne and the man, casting shadows on the wall, and the shadow of the vixen's headdress looks like a pair of demonic horns.
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged. A lot of people have read about the Devil Woman's altercations with the Hjelmdal man.
Look at the back cover.
The jacket copy proclaims, Man from Hjelmdal returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tiribold. Before Man from Hjelmdal can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Hjelmdal be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?
Time to flip through the book.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Hjelmdal, wielding his two Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination.
Okay.
His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. Good God, this is some retrograde stuff. When was this shit written?
Who knows?
You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38.
Let's give this a chance.
Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Hjelmdala tribe. From the village of Hjelmdal, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name.
Give me more.
Man from Hjelmdal rides on a gilded griffin, his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself?
Onward.
The steel muscles of Man from Hjelmdal gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home.
Holy shit, this is so me. Really get into the book.
A passage reads, The man from Hjelmdal looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Hjelmdal will never succumb to your seductive wiles. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Hjelmdal, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corruptible, yet mine is forged in gore and strife. Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says, I have grand plans for you, Man from Hjelmdal. She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the Man from Hjelmdal. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct.
Oh, this
in
is
the
epic.
final pages, Man from Hjelmdal mounts Galavarin, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead. But an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald.
Okay.
To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Hjelmdal and the Three-Eyed Skull. Available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39.
Put book away. That was a fun little adventure. Time to sleep.
The bed is still cold from
Go to sleep.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Okay.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
Why
that
am I in
pain
pain?
in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
These are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity. No, please. Where is that blessed nothingness? That sweet oblivion? I am an artist and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention. I will endure this pain with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Open your eyes. It's morning. It's morning. It's time to get on going. Come on, my dude. Let's get to work. What if Kim's downstairs? Kim! Kim!
Yes?
Dang. For these people.
The woman in an An RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Hold on, you're a patrol officer of the RCM?
Yes, I am.
I'm on a murder investigation. You need cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything alright? But why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
She shakes her head and breathes out.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
So what precinct are you from?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Okay, goodbye. Why do y'all have to be
look
dicks?
like shit.
Her face reflects the man's
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
The last couple of days have been rough.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
There's something strange about the guy. Figure it out. Come on.
You know what
I got a
it
success.
is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Tell me the truth. Do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Somewhere from another
Yes,
life?
From another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
Wasn't I the 41st?
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Let's talk more about that hypothetical station 41 you mentioned.
Okay.
Oh, the hypothetical 4-1. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. He blinks aggressively. I'm not busy, you're not busy, let's just play around. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. Kim's cooler than you. Nah, I
Would
kinda
you
like
now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
No, you wouldn't be cramping my style at all. Actually, I shouldn't have called you my partner. Kim's my partner. He's going to know. No, you wouldn't cramp my style at all.
Okay. How about you stop wasting my time and get on with whatever you were doing then?
Who else is in our imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock.
Dude, I haven't drank in 3 days.
Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
Who's the far-out son of Long?
Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about him or her?
Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I say, it's just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I
Kim's cooler than
I'm
you.
sure he's fucking flattered. But Kim is not part of his thought experiment. In this one, we're partners.
Well, you seem like a dickhead.
The lieutenant is silent.
Would you now, or would I be cramping your style?
Actually,
Never
shouldn't have
mind.
called you my
Partner.
partner. Kim's my partner. He's going to know.
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
I know it is, but I'd rather have you than this
A
dickhead.
little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off.
Oh, did I hurt your feelings before when I was drunk and in pain and you couldn't help me? Well, sorry.
When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
For you.
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
What shades are you wearing in disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening, though.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
You're not getting involved in this,
It's
really?
not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Okay, then, see you
Watch out
around.
for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Wait, your voice, I
Oh,
recognize
really?
it.
I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently when I called in to report it missing. You were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of a memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know, super weird.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still.
I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same
Yes,
station.
just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
Clothing. RCM. I'd rather have this. You're facing... whatever. I look like a nut. I am a nut. Whatever.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police
I'm
station?
going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Hi, the dude man, and I am working with, let's see here. Some intelligence, a lot of motor stuff, like some perception, some interfacing, a little bit of composure, some suggestion, visual calculus, rhetoric, and encyclopedia. I went for more intelligence than physique or motor skills. I'm leaving. Such a dick. That dude is such a dick. What's I doing? I can't remember. This. Armor. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, he ran the body over, so I should probably see if they finally have the damn serial number run for me on that armor. Let's canvas back. Car!
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colors nearly meld together.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed
Do
to...
something important? Something murder-related? There's
Wait,
always
yes.
something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery.
I guess that's true too.
This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series.
Okay.
With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds, and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Wouldn't roll over in the first sharp corner.
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
Turn your attention to the motor carriage itself.
Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look.
Okay.
Someone has waxed it recently.
I don't like your machine, Lieutenant. Looks impractical. Machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Point to the vehicle, very cool. Okay.
You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing there? Point to the engine.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there. Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
That's what, a 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
Oh, that's cute. A fine machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Even ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
Yeah, I kinda am. I've just been taking my time. If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together?
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
Oh, come on, Kim. I've been nice and I've been a good boy.
And means no.
Jerk. Okay, let's move.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Serial number.
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42.
Okay.
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Okay.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Please do.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your effort in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Oh, thank you, Alice.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Okay, close the door. What else do I have? We put the clothes in the trash, jam mystery, find booze and drink it. There's the rest of the armor, the pissing competition. Oh yeah, I gotta ask him about that. Let's ask him quickly.
Yes?
Okay, tell me about this
What
case
do you
again.
want to know?
I want to know more about, now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you
What's
mentioned.
there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
I can see that. Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Okay.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Well, that's good. That means
So
we get our jobs
you
done.
volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary, somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are two columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills.
For some reason I thought you had 104 solved cases.
Well, technically. The official record keeper has been known to double count murder-suicides.
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
So you're still a good cop, right?
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. My fellow officers, the sergeants in particular, would have made this scene into a circus.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Wonder what this says about me that I was sent by my station. I was sent to teach you a lesson in style. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest, I quote, case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every imaginable way. I must be an augury, the apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? Probably have an unbelievable kill count, I guess. I'm gonna leave why I was sent unspecified. I mean, I must be an augury. I want this one. Apocalypse. Yes.
No.
There will be bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Unimaginable.
Oh no, it's very imaginable. We fail to place responsibility for the hanging. The harbor company see the situation is out of control, so they bring in private military, maybe a gunship. The Union responds in strength. Automatic fire.
Oh, so I am the heralder of the apocalypse for here.
Local
Cool.
law enforcement solving one little homicide decides nothing. Not solving it can have real and calculable effects. Things
Lovely.
can always get worse. Matter of fact, augury, we should move.
So you volunteered to spoil it?
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoilsport.
That's fine, Kim. I still love you. Close your eyes.
The rows are endless.
Look for precinct 41.
Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rows degrade into green nothingness.
Okay.
Your brothers have left you.
Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought
Just
of.
think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I doubt it. Kim, what if my precinct sent me out on this case because I'm a fuck up? Ugh, like, as a joke.
I've considered it.
So it's true?
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why's that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there.
Yeah, it is there.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Achievement unlocked. Good set of the good cops. Thanks, Kim. That was sweet. Okay, what else do I got? Sing karaoke. Explore the Whirling's secret room. Need to call upon a crime. Victim's tattoos. clothes in the trash, track down your badge, Shamrock Mystery. Find booze and drink it. Ask Kuno the kid throwing rocks what he knows. Well, I guess let's talk to Kuno, and then... Right now we unlock the door. Reality lockdown. Find smokes and smoke them. Okay. Let's go talk to Kuno. Little annoying fucker. Hey, Kuno.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Gotta ask more questions about the crime scene.
The kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't... Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
Okay.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
Mutant?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean, threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
Sure you are, Kuno.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean, the troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Okay.
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean this
Yeah,
dude?
he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Interesting.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Okay.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Sure it does.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
You know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
But you didn't see it happen.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay, where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't exist.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head.
That's true.
You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Oh, don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
You know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
So you don't know anything?
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone.
There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
We're on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Well, poor Kuno.
Get lost.
Bye, Kuno.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Good for you. Okay, so... let's go talk to that asshole. Hi, dude.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His
to
promise?
get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Figures.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Uh-huh.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
Yep, he said a lot of
Serves me
those
right for
things.
doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble.
The probe
One
into the
bad move
armor.
is all it takes.
Probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical
I did
stuff?
some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Yeah.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces of armor up for grabs, then, but I already sent the boots away.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Hold on, 4 pieces, helmet, what about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits.
Yeah, that's true.
Good luck if you go for those boots, though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
So Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
Well, thanks for the cooperation.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Bye. Find boots and drink it. Jamrock mystery. Gotta get the driver to about the smuggling. Put the clothes in the trash. Who else was unauthorized access to storing trash? It take a while. Okay. Just talk to the drivers, and then we'll look at the smoker, and then go to the gulag. Okay, let's talk to this bastard again.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Found this bug in the trash.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
It's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal
Isn't it
B?
obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Like that street driver south of here, that guy's lorry driver?
Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right? 100%.
I wouldn't be so
Okay.
sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Ceiling a visit.
Guess so.
Bye, dude. Thanks. Well, hello, buddy.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
So, what's your stance on drugs?
I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
Looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic
That's
jam.
even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
Jory.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor? Source tells me you're the one transporting drugs for the Union.
That's insane! It's the fat hater! He's been eyeing me for a week and he sent you here. Maybe he's the one, huh? Have you thought about that?
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
Uh-huh.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
Wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
If you don't want to get into this mess, raise your voice. You have to give me a reason to move on.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Okay.
Interesting. Could this driver be connected to the Hardy Boys?
It should be associated with the Hardy Boys.
I don't know. I'm not local. I don't know anything about that.
Who are these other drivers talking to?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now?
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Is the lady driver the old woman over? Is lady driver the old woman back there? Dazed out, strange.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
I'll leave you to it for now.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that.
Okay, walk on Wednesdays, smoke on the balcony. Rock mystery. Spot the victims, tattoos, possible meaning. I don't know who the lady driver is and where her lorry is.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
Why do you know something? What is it?
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
What does she look
a
like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Okay.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Asked you who's conducting the drug trade. You said you didn't know. Now you do. Now you're saying you do.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
Okay.
It's true. We would have caught a lie. But a kind heart is tricky. Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Leave us, it really is. You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
Okay.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
I'm not snitching. It's just a few questions.
It's snitching, man. I know what it is.
I was told everyone was afraid of her. You're not.
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Okay.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her
The way it
mind?
worked. The trouble it was giving her.
When she left, did she leave her Lori behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart. And his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
She's a suspect and I need you to tell me where she is or I can't finish the investigation. Don't put yourself in my shoes. I need this. Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it. Where's Tommy?
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Where is the lady driver?
Here.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain lock.
Her lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
And why did you have the keys?
She left them to me. Because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
Anything else? Like where she is now?
No. I don't know.
I'm sorry I had to do this.
I bet you are.
Let's go, Cam.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir. I know it was hard, but you did the right thing.
You don't really think so?
I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be in the RCM. Take care, sir.
I'm sorry, buddy. I really am. Okay, her lorry is near the monument. This one.
This green found, A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Try to peek in the
The
window.
glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of the seat and 2 steering levers.
Unlock the door with the key. Tell me.
You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just...
Open
the
it.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Pull out the pull-out
A
toolbox.
metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Periphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the notes.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
Okay.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
Push in the pull-out
The
toolbox.
pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
Check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Okay.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints in the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Wait, the missing 8th Hardy here.
Looks like her, yes.
She's also the one running the drug trade. What a handful.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
I think the entire union is involved, maybe even all of Martinez.
We should talk with Titus, see what he's got to say on the matter.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console and a faint smell of perfume is in the air. Looks like
the radio.
frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV.
Okay.
Look,
a 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Looks like we're dealing with an impressive organizational tool, the nerve center of a huge operation with quite the range to it. Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Okay.
There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
Stop and wonder what's that smell.
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume, probably Grenade No. 5.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
Well, that's lovely. Enough of
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Close the door.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Okay, let's talk to him.
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of this camp?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Well, I agree
I'm
with that.
especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
Yeah, I'd
The
say.
probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
What about the movie posters? How did they factor into all
As
this?
elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
So it turns out this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Will the RCM open an investigation into
We
this?
should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Okay.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debriefing over.
Debrief over. After you.
Okay, time to go all the way over here. And we'll go see Joyce real quick. And that'll be it, I think, for a little while. Okay, Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Then you tell me something.
Of course.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me the lowdown on this reality we're in.
Reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
It's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at you.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities. Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
What's the name of this island?
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her, and to humanity at large.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
Great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History, detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built the city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest.
Okay.
By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the center of the world.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About?
She points across the water where the skyscrapers
A
rise.
sparkle of lights on the horizon, like morning stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Could see.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
She watches you closely as you scan the horizon.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
I don't want to know everything now, but won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far, and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Uh-huh.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
What's an acute whatever?
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
What causes it?
Well, it's either bariatric surgery or long-term alcohol use.
It's definitely the drinking.
She nods slowly.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
What's the big time?
The revolution.
And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Got shot in the head.
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
That's a tragedy.
Yes. The Red Deluge. The Insulindian Deluge, they call it.
Anyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew.
Okay.
The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Smart king.
Yes. King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Went down? Anyway, Gil got out alive and his nephew Frisell got shot in his place. Him
Lovely.
and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral
The
rights?
Liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals you mean?
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement.
Okay.
Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the Ultras, or Ultra-Liberals. They fared well.
How did the Liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
We. She's one of them. Of course.
If everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The Coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the Liberals already took everything.
The Liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The Coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who are the Coalition?
The Coalition of Nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay, the armed centre of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
Moralist?
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
If always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes, I am, and also not.
An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government.
What did this do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
No way.
Indeed. Zarat is a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
It was a funny time in history. They discovered transistors and rock music, but they didn't know anything about prions. Nobody did.
Where did it get spread from?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
What happened to the rest of the world? Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened to the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
Sounds fun.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
But you're saying it's been like this for 43 years.
Time flies.
What have we been doing in all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after
the
that?
30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
That's when they discovered disco.
Yes. And quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isola-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Reality doesn't sound fun.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked the right side.
Would you say it was a bunch of apes duking it out?
Of course. We're talking Duke Out Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare.
And the apes, were they evil?
No. I would say the apes were neutral.
Okay, neutral.
On the other hand...
She turns north to the bombed-out buildings lining the waterfront and shivers slightly. Which side was the Wild Pines Group on?
They picked the winning side. That's why they're here, and others are not.
They chose wisely.
Perhaps it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the king and led the Pines to doom.
You would have sided with the king?
I would have sided with the cannons. If you'd seen the calibers of the things, you might have too. Perhaps it's better I was born when I was. 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong. Feld, Kupri, Tricentennial. So I suppose I would have been in good company.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
I asked you, who are you in all this?
And I asked you, past less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
I don't know what I would have done differently.
And you would have died, most likely. Not far from here. Maybe even right here, during the beachhead, defending the coast the day the Coalition took the city.
Probably.
No, almost certainly. The Commune would have forced you. Such was the fate of the undecided.
That's enough about the times.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come.
Oh, goody.
Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
Let's try this.
It remains a mystery
yep, a fail.
what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
I want to know who you are. Or what you are. Not who you are, what you are.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
Dios mío. I don't understand what's so vile about that.
Haven't you heard? I am a nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. One of those who pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution.
Okay.
We surrendered the nation to financial colonists. No saint person identifies as an ultra anymore. Not in broad daylight. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, are you repulsed?
In her green eyes you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
Okay.
Forgive her. But only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
I forgive you.
I do hope so. I hope we are able to remain collegial despite my monstrousness. The Ultras didn't have anything against the king, or the Commune, you see. It was just business. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
That settles that.
Nothing's settled. Simply fades away. Like
That's
a
all.
lover who has lost their faith. Now, shall we return to reality?
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
I spoke with Norman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Where exactly are those eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Momentary lapse of faith.
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
You need a security detail.
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Lovely.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
That's worse.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched. Like nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Well, shit.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Oh boy, this is that not good?
It's not good, no. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
Great.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
Deacon, this is the great bloodletting I've been telling you about.
It appears you found it, yes. And I'm not happy for you.
Can I see it happening? Too many things would have to go wrong first.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the Citizens Militia. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
That's enough for
I
now.
am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Thank you. That's all for now.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
I do think the world might end soon.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Okay. Well. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. If you want to see previous streams I've done, go check